To support the author, subscribe to the channel and watch the video to the end. Enjoy
Stupid
listening.
sheep.
Don't you realize by now that I have a pregnant lover? My husband laughed. These words, uttered with such cruelty, struck Anna like a thunderbolt. She was standing in the kitchen, clutching a wet towel that she had just used for cleaning. Her heart was beating in unison with the growing anger and pain. She couldn't believe that the years they had spent together, all the dreams of a future together, of family, of love, had all turned out to be just an illusion. Anna and Sergei have been together for more than 10 years. They met at university, when they were both full of hope and ambition. Anna always believed that their love was strong, and despite all the difficulties, they would be able to overcome everything. They had their own small apartment, shared a common life, and everything seemed to be heading toward starting a family. But something has changed in recent months. Sergei began to stay at work more often. His phone was constantly ringing and something new appeared in his eyes: coldness and detachment. When Anna first became suspicious, she tried to talk to Sergei. She asked him what was bothering him, but he just waved her off, saying that everything was fine. She tried to ignore her suspicions, but every day their relationship became more strained. It soon became clear to her that something was wrong. And so, standing in the kitchen, hearing his words, Anna felt her world crumble. She didn't know what to say, how to react. Memories flashed through her mind of how they dreamed of the future together, of how he promised her that he would always be there for her. Sergei's every word, filled with contempt, cut her heart. "You're wrong, Sergei," she said, trying to remain calm. "Why are you doing this to me? We've been together for so many years." "Yes, together," he grinned. "But you still haven't realized that I don't want to be with you. I found another one. She's expecting a baby from me, and you're just comfortable, but nothing more." Anna felt tears coming to her eyes. She couldn't believe that the man she loved could betray her so easily. "You have no right to say that," she said, her voice trembling with anger and despair. "I did everything for us, for our family." "For which family?" Sergei interrupted. "Her. You don't even realize how annoying you are. I'm tired of your reproaches and tears." Anna didn't know what to do. She remembered how they laughed together, how they went through difficult moments, how they dreamed of the future. It all seemed so far away, and now, when she looked at Sergei, she saw a stranger. "You can't just walk away," she said, gathering up the last of her strength. "I'm not going to remember them," he replied, his voice turning cold. "I want to move on." Her words didn't move him. Anna realized that he had already made a decision, and her feelings meant nothing to him. At that moment, she felt something important bursting in her chest. "Are you leaving me for someone else?" "What is it?" she asked, her voice shaking with pain. "Don't you understand what you're doing?" "I understand," he said with a grin. "I just don't want to waste any more time with you. I'm not interested in you." After these words, Anna felt like everything inside her turned upside down. She just couldn't believe this was happening to her. She turned around and, without holding back her tears, ran out of the kitchen. She needed to leave. She needed to escape from this nightmare. She couldn't stay in a house where everything reminded her of the love she'd lost. It was cold outside, but Anna didn't notice it. She walked, not knowing where she was going. Her thoughts were racing from anger to despair. How could he do that? She didn't know how to move on. Questions were running through my head. How could she not notice his betrayal? Why didn't you listen to your feelings when they started to fade? A few days passed, and Anna tried to collect her thoughts. She knew that she needed to think about herself now. She needed to find a job to support herself and maybe start a new life. She went to an employment agency, filled out questionnaires, and started looking for jobs. It wasn't easy, but she was determined. A new strength was born inside her. She couldn't afford to break down. Gradually, she began to rebuild her life. Anna found a job in a small cafe where she was well received. The staff turned out to be friendly, and she began to feel better. Every time she came to work, she tried to forget about her worries and focus on what made her happy. A few months later, when she was already slowly adjusting to her new life, Anna met Igor. He worked in a nearby office and often went to a cafe. They began to communicate, and soon there was a spark between them. Igor was attentive, patient, and always listened to her. He understood what she was going through and supported her in difficult moments. Alla began to open up to him, and their relationship began to develop. Igor not only became her friend, but also her support in life. He helped her forget about the past and look to the future with hope. Every evening spent with him was filled with laughter and joy, and Anna gradually began to believe in love again. But one day when they got closer, Anna still felt excited. She didn't want her past to come back again. She was afraid that Igor might turn out to be the same as Sergei. She decided to open up to him, to tell him about her fears and experiences. "Igor," she said one day, sitting with him in a cafe, "I need to tell you about my past. I've been through a difficult period, and I'm afraid to trust you again." He looked at her with understanding and took her hand. "I understand, Anna. Each of us has our own past. But I want you to know, I'm here to support you. I'm not Sergei. I'm not leaving." These words touched Anna's heart. She realized that she could really trust Igor. Their relationship grew stronger every day, and soon they began making plans together. Anna felt that she could finally be happy. However, her past soon came back to haunt her. One day when she came home, Sergei was standing on her doorstep. He looked exhausted, and remorse could be seen in his eyes. "Anna," he said, "I need to talk to you." Anna felt her stomach tighten. She didn't know what to think. "What are you doing here?" "What is it?" she asked, trying not to show her emotions. "I came to apologize. I was wrong when I left. I wasn't thinking about you or what I was doing," he said, his voice filled with regret. Anna stared at him in disbelief. She remembered all the suffering he had caused her and replied, "You can't just come in and expect me to forgive you? You ruined my life." Sergei lowered his head, and Anna saw how he was trying to hold back tears. "I know I've done a lot of bad things," he said. "I didn't want it to happen like this. I thought I'd be happier with my new life, but I'm not." Anna felt her heart fill with anger, but she tried not to show it. "You have no right to talk about happiness when you left me in this state," she said, her voice trembling. "I built my life anew, and now you come and try to destroy everything?" Sergei froze, and realization dawned in his eyes. "I didn't want to ruin your life," he said, and his voice was full of remorse. "I just didn't know what to do." Anna felt conflicting feelings arise inside her. She understood that Sergei was a part of her life, but she also knew that she couldn't let him enter her heart again. "I have a new life, and I'm not going to lose it," she said, trying to keep her voice calm. "I'm happy with Igor, and you can't ruin it." Sergei nodded, and understanding appeared in his eyes. "I understand," he said bitterly. "I just wanted you to know that I'm sorry." Anna felt her heart constrict. She knew that this conversation was necessary, but she also understood that she needed to move on. "I forgive you," she said, and there was sincerity in her voice. but that doesn't mean I want to see you. Sergei nodded and, without saying another word, left. Anna felt the weight that had been weighing on her heart begin to ease. She knew that she could now focus on her new life. Soon after, Anna and Igor started spending more time together. They traveled, discovered new places, and enjoyed life. Anna realized that she had found her true love, and it gave her strength. Their relationship was getting stronger every day. Anna realized that her past did not determine her future, and she was ready to move forward, enjoying every moment. She has learned to forgive, but not to forget. She knew that life was full of surprises, and she was ready to face them with an open heart. Time passed, and Anna realized that she was really happy. She had a new life, a new man by her side, and she wasn't going to look back. She was ready to build a future full of love and joy, and nothing could stop her on this path.